Welcome everybody, sisters. Alhamdulillah. One question or two? Anybody has question? Okay, let's now move to Kitab al-Hajj.
Sorry, Sheikh,
Yes.
You said that everybody will be age 33 in Jannah.
Yes.
Does that include children and
Everybody.
everybody?
Everybody. But it's your son, it's your daughter. Your son could be 60 years old and you are 80. Right? No. But he will look for you like 33. But still your son. You know that's your son, that's your mother, that's... It's not, you cannot think of it of this world. Everything is different. Everything is different. It's just Allah Azza wa Jal giving you something to understand with, but it's totally different. Well, for example, fruits. Just the name fruit. The type, the look. For example, we say pomegranate. The pomegranate of paradise is totally different than today. It's just the name is the same because you know it. But the look, the taste, everything totally different. Even the punishment is totally different. It's not like the punishment of the dunya. So the pleasure, the punishment, the age, the names, everything is different.
So there's punishment also in Jannah?
No. In hell.
Oh.
I mean afterlife. Everything is different. In Jannah there is no punishment whatsoever. Jannah is the absence of punishment. Jahannam is the absence of
Suffering.
no, Jahannam. Hellfire is the absence of
Pleasure.
pleasure. Very good. Pure punishment in hell. Pure reward in paradise. In dunya, no. You cannot have a pure reward. For example, pure joy. Impossible. You must go through hardship. You understand?
Yes.
And you cannot have pure pain. Cannot in dunya. You must have at least a minute of relief. But in akhirah, it's the other way.
I actually have a question because we're talking about Hajj. My auntie, she wants to do the Hajj badal.
Hajj al-Badal.
Yeah, for
Upa.
her brother. For brother.
Upa.
Yeah, Upa, yeah. And she advised her sister-in-law, who was married to her brother, to do for her husband who passed away, meaning her brother who passed away. The sister-in-law said, wait until the children, they discuss it. But the children are not really, they say, it's not a priority for them necessarily. So, is it okay for her to overlook the immediate...
The Hajj al-Badal number one, did he have his Hajj?
No.
No, at all. He died without Hajj, okay? So this is his sister.
Yeah.
She wants to do Hajj on his behalf.
Yeah.
His wife,
Says wait for the children to do it.
subhanAllah, usually it should be the wife who cares more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's concerned now because everybody is moving on, getting older. So is it okay for her to overlook the immediate family and just do it for her brother? Or she has, meaning like without the family's permission?
No. You don't need anybody's permission to do Hajj Badal on anybody else. Yeah, it's just your love. Your love to that person. He or she. That's it. Yeah. She doesn't have even to take permission or even inform them. She can do it on her behalf without them knowing, and maybe somebody else does it on him. He's risky. Let's say 100 people love him and do it on his behalf without telling each other. Yeah. It's not like, hey, put an announcement on the news that I did, so no one should do. No, it's not like that. Yeah, it's risky. Maybe he used to be a very good man and does a lot of good, and Allah reward him after death. Yes. And it's good that he has a sister like this. MashaAllah. It's very good.
It's called Hajj
Badal.
Badal.
Badal. B-D-L. Badal means instead of. I am doing Hajj instead of that person. But condition, you have to do your Hajj first. You have to perform your Hajj first. Yeah. Maria.
How about for Korban? Can we do it for someone who is still alive, but
Sick,
I guess,
weak,
yeah,
can.
can.
But from his money, if possible.
Oh, yeah.
If he has money, like parents, let's say they have some money, you do it from their own money. But you just tell them, give me your money, I will do for you. But be generous to them, give them. Sheikh, what does that mean? Say, preferably for your own. I can do it on your own, on my own, on your behalf.
Or use our own money?
No, better ask them. Ask them. They are dying anyways, they will leave that money. So they rather spend it for Allah's sake. Is this clear? For example, your father or mother are still alive and they have some money. You say, Dad, give me, you pay for your own. But give them money. Keep sending. It's okay, it's okay. Give them. It's all right. Okay. The book of Hajj. Alhamdulillah, Hajj is very near. And it's Allah's plan that we study the book of Hajj. And now you can see the methodology of Imam al-Bukhari. Imam al-Bukhari goes by subject. Imam Muslim also. For example, the book of Shahada or Iman. Then the book of Salat, Wudu, Tahara, Wudu, Tayammum, Ghusl. Then they go to the book of Salat, the book of Zakat, the book of Siyam, the book of Hajj. And then they go to other books. Book of Jihad, book of Nikah, book of marriage, the book of Talaq, what Rasulullah ﷺ taught us about that. Until the book of Mawarith. Mawarith means inheritance, fara'id. So the whole Islam and whatever a Muslim needs to know about life is there. Yet we leave the Quran and Sunnah. And this is why we are unhappy, most of us. The reason why majority of Muslims, dear sisters, are unhappy, let alone non-Muslims, is that you are leaving guidance on the side. You don't want to use it. It's like a blind person, na'udhu I mean, you are walking in a dark room while the torch is on your hand, but you don't want to use it. You look foolish. When we turn on the light, we say, what's in your hand? Oh, the torch. And you knew you had a torch? You said, yes. Then sorry, you are really very foolish. This is the example, the parable of Muslims today. Everything is in the book of Allah. Everything is in the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But we don't know it. So consider yourself extremely lucky that Allah has chosen you and me to be among those who study His book and the Sunnah of His Rasul. Imagine death comes and we didn't start. Imagine, wallahi, just imagine the question in the grave. What would you say? I was busy working. Work doesn't stop you from seeking knowledge. I was a mother, housewife. I was planning to. No, my sisters. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those, alhamdulillah, who keep the ni'mah on themselves. Remember the ayah we studied yesterday. ذلك بأن الله لم يكن مغيرا نعمة أنعمها على قوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. That is because Allah was not there to change any condition of people until they change themselves. Allah will never give you something good and take it back for no reason. Allah will never strike you with calamity for no reason. You have done something good or bad. So it's you. Bottom line, it's you. Okay. Yalla, Kitab al-Hajj. The book of Hajj. What is permitted for the muhrim in Hajj and Umrah, and what is not permitted. And forbiddance of the use of perfume. During Hajj and Umrah, we need to know that there are certain things you cannot do. What are they? And what are the things I can do while I am in Ihram? Now, muhrim is different than mahram. Mahram, for example, is your father. Your father is mahram. It's from the word haram. Okay? Meaning he's haram to have relationship with you. Your father, your son, your brother, your father-in-law, once you marry his son, your nephew, your grandfather, your uncles, paternal and maternal, these are forbidden for you. Therefore, you can travel with them. Mahram is a person that Allah has allowed you beside your husband to travel with.
He then may wear leather socks after cutting off what might cover the ankles. And he should not wear clothes which are scented with saffron or cloves, various kinds of perfumes.
Very good. These are the things. A man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and asked him. Look at the questions of Sahaba. You see, very practical questions. I told you, they never ask philosophical, sophistical questions. O Messenger of Allah, what kind of clothes should a muhrim wear? If we are in ihram, if we go for Hajj and Umrah, what should we wear? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said he should not wear shirts. Number one, for men, for women, you are totally different. Alhamdulillah, whatever you wear is fine. For us, no shirts. Why? Because stitched. Nothing stitched.
Is there any difference? I mean, any reason, or that's it? Men no stitch, women can stitch.
Women different.
Yeah. There's no reason behind it.
It's the sitr to cover the aura.
But why we cannot? I mean,
You can't. If it falls, if the top falls or the but at least man, if something falls, you got it. That's the difference. Like me here.
Sheikh, those stitches because Umrah and Hajj is actually to reflect
Death.
how you are
Kafan.
kafan, and
Exactly.
also during akhirat.
Yes. Yes. At the beginning of akhirah is the kafan. Yeah, we'll come at the maqsad. Why? The maqsad, the objective. Okay? It should remind you akhirah. Hajj is mini akhirah. Hajj is mini yawm al-qiyamah. The crowd, the pushing, the shoveling, all it shows you what will happen yawm al-qiyamah. Okay. I'm sure all those who went for Hajj, they had that experience of being pushed by someone at least. Okay. He should not wear a shirt. So no shirts. No turban. You should not cover the head for a man. Even this, let alone a turban. We should remove everything. What else? Trousers. And when we say trousers, anything that goes with trousers, such as underwears for men. Headlock. Headclock. Headlock. Headclock. What is headclock? Is barnoos. You know, sometimes we have those things that come this way from the back. Yeah, hoodie. Yes, no hoodie. Very good. Or leather socks. When we say leather socks, in the Prophet ﷺ, they used to use leather socks. Today we use even socks. Neither socks nor leather socks. You have to remove that. Now, there is an exception for some people to wear socks if they have diabetes. Meaning for medical reasons. They can keep their, if by experience their feet can get injured and therefore, God forbid, it may lead to gangrene and this. No need. Especially if they are medically prescribed by a doctor, they can wear them. Socks. So when you see a person wearing socks, usually, just give him the benefit of the doubt that he has diabetes. I've seen people like that in Hajj and Umrah. Okay? Or leather socks, except if he can find no slippers. Meaning, sometimes, if you have no slippers, you may wear those leather socks, but you have to cut them from here, look. Below the ankle and from the back of your heel. You have to make them look like, like Something like that. No, below the ankle is now even fashion. We're talking about the heels. You cut them from the heels. It's like you spoil them.
Make it ugly.
Make them ugly. Because you are not supposed to. You're supposed to run away from the dunya. So you may wear Birkin socks. Where is the taqwa here? I just came up with a new brand.
Everyday Birkin. Anyway, so with men being like this, in this state, and reminding of that, so women should not, before Hajj, go and buy 300 teleko. And
of course.
Now the Hajj business is all about fashion.
Of course. Unfortunately, we turned what should remind us with Allah into what remind us with the dunya.
Yes.
No, serious. It's really it's going the other way.
Yeah.
Yes. You're supposed to do Hajj just with the same teleko you have. No. May Allah forgive us. Okay. What else? He then may wear leather socks after cutting off what might cover the ankles. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if that person has no slippers, because it's not logical that a person is invited to walk on rocks. The whole Hajj, rocks and stones, and you will really hurt yourself. Okay, so you better use, and I mind you, Hajj has extremely changed than before. Now you are walking on marble, cool marble. Those days, I know a man who went to Hajj after 40 years again. First time of his life, that was, let's say he was 20. Then 40 years later, when he was 60, he was crying and crying. When asked, "Uncle, why you cry?" He said, "I remember my first Hajj. We used to walk and barely walk during Dhuhr because it's too hot. Now, subhanAllah," he says, "look at the ni'mah." He could see the big difference. Huh? So just put in mind what every one of us need to know, especially the man, so you can teach your sons and husbands. And he should not wear clothes which are scented with saffron or worse. That's not wars. Don't eat it wars. That's not wars. It's worse. What is worse is a form of perfume. You know, the Arabs used to perfume their clothes. Yeah. So the perfume, bakhor, you know bakhor?
Yeah.
When you make bakhor, one way to really beautify your clothes is to sprinkle water and then turn on your bakhor. Leave it for a few minutes, few seconds, and then smell your clothes later on.
Yes.
Very, very nice. Yes.
You mean we burn this
You
thing?
just
water.
sprinkle water a little bit on your clothes, on your wardrobe, and then put that there,
underneath.
because when it's wet, it attracts then it smells so good for many days. So Rasulullah said, don't do that. Don't do that. When you're going for Hajj or Umrah. Is this clear?
Yes.
All right. Alhamdulillah. Any question about this hadith? Okay. Yalla. Aisha, second hadith.
Narrated Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma, I heard the Prophet
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam
delivering a khutbah with a talk at Arafat saying, if a muhrim does not find slippers, he could wear hoofs, but he has to cut short the hoofs below the ankles. And if he does not find an izar, a waist sheet for wrapping the lower half of the body, he could wear trousers.
Very good. If you don't find, if a man doesn't find something to cover his bottom, there are two pieces of cloth for the muhrim. The top is called izar. The bottom is called izar. And the top, where he covers his chest. If he doesn't find something to cover his lower part, from his belly button up to his toes, he can wear sirwal. He can wear trousers. But he didn't find. So do not panic if also you may see someone, because not everybody is like you, can afford. You think everybody will go to Hilton hotel? If you are, let's say, coming from Hilton, mashallah, for Salatul Fajr.
Or
You think everybody is...
if you lose your luggage, let's say.
No, anything happens. Anything may happen. That's why always your ihram with you in your hand. My advice to you. Always some cloth in your hand. Hand carry. Otherwise, why you have bags? At least justify. It's one way to justify. Sheikh, I bought this beautiful bag because I'm taking my ihram with me. Okay, at least Takbir.
One burkin coming.
I'm late.
It's okay. Okay. Is this clear, my sisters?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, the hadith is self-explanatory. Why? The hadith is easy to explain because it's meant to explain. The hadith, why Rasulullah says a hadith? Because he's explaining. He's explaining things.
So usually the Q&A type of hadith is easy, right?
Very easy. Very smooth, easy to go. Oh, very good. Yalla, Sister Ifa, third hadith.
Narrated Safwan bin Ya'la.
Ya'la.
Ya'la said to Umar radiallahu anhu, show me the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he is being inspired divinely. While the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was at
Ji'rana
in the company of some of his companions, a person came and asked, O Allah's Messenger, what is your verdict regarding the person who assumes ihram for Umrah and is scented with perfume? The Prophet ﷺ kept quiet for a while and he was divinely inspired. Then Umar beckoned Ya'la, so he came, and Allah's Messenger ﷺ was shaded with a sheet. Ya'la put his head in and saw that the face of Allah's Messenger ﷺ was red and he was snoring. When the state of the Prophet ﷺ was over, he asked, where is the person who asked about Umrah? Then the person was brought and the Prophet ﷺ said, wash the perfume off your body thrice and take off the cloak and do the same in Umrah as you do in Hajj.
In case you make a mistake and you put some perfume, let's say while preparing yourself to go to the Masjid al-Haram, you're already in Hajj or in Umrah, you put some perfume by mistake. What you need to do is to wash your body 3 times.
Shower or just clean?
A shower. You have to remove that smell because it stays with you for quite some time. You have to do it 3 times. Just shower yourself. Look, full shower.
Deodorant?
Huh?
Deodorant?
Deodorant, no. Yeah. But hold on, some deodorants are very strong. Light, no problem. Just to remove so that you don't sweat. Okay? And you better do nothing. Imagine yourself, you are lost in the desert for 2 weeks. You start looking for deodorant?
Yeah.
Takbir.
Last time they frightened us, when I first went for Hajj. They frightened us with this perfume thing and say, of course, deodorant cannot, powder also cannot, even you cannot drink rose syrup.
Allahu Akbar.
Because there is
Who's this Ustaz? MashaAllah.
Haji sanction kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. So it really stressed you,
Yes,
because
true.
you're very worried,
As if you are going to, I don't know where.
But
Yeah.
Sheikh, I don't know whether we had this discussion before. Let's say we are doing our sa'i or tawaf. You know how they go and clean the floor? It's very nice smell.
Yes.
So it sticks on our socks and our baju.
No, it's okay.
That's okay,
It's
right?
okay. Yeah, but avoid it. Like, don't follow them while they're cleaning. Allah knows. Allah, you're sweeping the floor with them. No. By mistake, it touches you, don't panic. But you no, no.
It's a nice smell.
Yeah.
If,
Yes.
if they wash off the perfume but it's not coming off, is it just enough?
No,
to
3 times.
try?
He said thrice.
But if
It's
you-
okay.
So
Yes.
after 3 times, if it doesn't come off, you
It's
try
okay.
it lah.
It's okay. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, Mrs.
Does it also mean that we shouldn't use and shower gels that has strong smells?
Yes.
Because most shampoo.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. When you take shower during Hajj, you should not use soap, the regular soap and the shampoo. You have to use unscented.
Yeah.
You have to take with you some soap and scented.
Yeah.
Then you can, no problem. But if there is a scent, no, you cannot. Is this clear?
Yes.
Don't go to Hajj and then come back without Hajj.
Maybe I was late, but we were taught.
For sure you were late. It's
If we shower, clean ourselves, put perfume, whatever, and then we need.
You start ihram. Yes, that's
That's
fine.
okay.
That's okay. Okay, look, listen. I'm going to Hajj. I'm leaving for Hajj or Umrah. From here, I can take the longest shower, this and that, put all type of perfume and this. Then when I go to the airport, I am still, mashallah. Then the miqat, they tell me. Then I make niyyah. Whatever you did is okay.
Yes.
But if you do this type of things after the miqat, then that's why we are talking about muhrim. You started your ihram.
Okay.
One thing before I forget about this hadith is this Sahabi, may Allah be pleased with him, Safwan bin Ya'la. He's new Muslim. He's not like Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman and Ali. He just became Muslim. Probably the last year of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam death, because he made Hajj and died. He asked Sayyidina Umar, show me, radiallahu anhu. Show me when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is having wahyu. I want to see, I never saw him. So he told him, okay, when the chance comes. When someone asked him this question about ihram, Umar looked for him and said, come, you want to see the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam having wahy? Look at it. So when he was covered, when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when you ask him a question and he waits, it means he's waiting for Jibreel to come and tell him. So he cannot answer. He cannot come up with an answer from his mind. He has to wait. So they covered him. When they covered him, he said, come. He is now being, he said, I went in, I like uncovered him and look at his face. He turned red and he was snoring. He's like, that's the wahyu. Because he was in an transcendent. He is another, yeah. Then he said, I saw his face red, mera, like red. And then he was like snoring as if he was almost asleep. Then he said, I saw what does wahyu mean to Rasulullah. So beside all the knowledge about the ihram and hajj and umrah, we also learn from the hadith the way Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was receiving the wahy. Okay?
That is a comparison that we shouldn't be using our desires as well to
Yes.
decide on anything.
Very good. You are going to Allah, although it's Hajj and this, but sorry, Allah doesn't look at how good your smell is. You have to get rid of the dunya, including the smell, because perfume is considered part of the dunya. Please understand that. Allah doesn't care about that. He wants to see what type of heart you have. He scans your heart. He doesn't scan your body. 2 pieces of clothes just to cover your aura is enough. Had it not been for the aura to be aura, Allah would allow us to do Hajj without clothes. So subhanallah, this is very important. So do not miss it, my sister, especially those who are going to Hajj this year, inshallah. Don't take dunya with you. Don't be thinking about, just go. Oh, it's another mini akhirah. Allah is giving you a chance to see akhirah in a very small form. Wanza ankal jubba. Take off your clothes, he said. So take shower and don't put on that cloth where there is perfume. Change it. Okay? Let's say by mistake you put some perfume. Oh, you realize. Go take shower and wash yourself 3 times. Let the water touch your body 3 times. Those days they didn't have shower. You understand? They used to take one, like old Malay homes, bucket, 1, 2, 3. That's enough. Now 3 times under the shower. But you must remove the cloth. Change it with another cloth. There is one phone that is ringing, vibrating. Okay. واصنع في عمرتك كما تصنع في حجتك. And do exactly in your umrah what you do in your hajj. Meaning same. Hajj and umrah same. Whatever is haram in hajj is haram in umrah. Any question about? Yes.
This is mistake done after you are in, meaning you are in the
Yes.
But nowadays they replace this with dam.
No, not in this case. Perfume.
Oh, perfume.
No, yeah. Not in perfume. If, for example, the mistake it was you forgot jamarat, you forgot to stone, and no one did on you. Oh, hear them. Yeah. If you fought, you quarreled, you lost it, you ran amok. Takbir.
You know, you can't take out your nails, but let's say you scratch your nail and it's half fallen. Do you?
Half keep it.
It actually happened to my friend. So, like, what to do? Just ignore it.
Just try to keep it safe. I rather put bandage on it, plaster. Yeah. Discipline. You have to be mindful of Allah. If by mistake you removed all your nails by your mouth or by mistake, you realize later on, then here blood. In Mecca, not blood. Here in Sungai Kayura,
You're losing it.
Yes. Yeah, 1 month in Algeria, of course. مواقيت الحج والعمرة, sister Ida. Ida, right? Dina. Ida. Yeah.
The demarcation of mawaqit for Hajj and Umrah. Mawaqit are places at which one should assume the state of Islam for the purpose of Hajj or Umrah.
Yeah, mawaqit is plural of miqat. Where are the places where a person can assume his or her Hajj? And it's very important to know them. You know why? Because you might not do Hajj from Malaysia. You might do it from America. I made Hajj from America, not from Algeria. So the miqat is different. You may one day go to Europe and Allah bless you with visa. Then how? And you are there, for example, or Africa, wherever. Your life may change. Remember this. You think you're going to be in Malaysia all your life? You live as Allah wants you to live, not as you want to live. Remember that. Okay.
Narrated Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, Allah's Messenger
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam
had fixed Zul Hulaifa as the miqat for the people of Al-Madinah, Al-Jufa for the people of Sham.
Underline them so that you know them. Dhul Hulayfa for the people of Medina. Good. Al-Juhfa for the people of Sham. Sham means what? No. Syria, Jordan, Palestine, Lebanon, all those people coming from there. Okay? All right?
And Qarnul Manazil for the people of Najd.
For you. Like you. When you're coming through Qarnul Manazil.
Yes.
For the people of Najd. Najd is Riyadh, east. Iran, Pakistan, India, Malaysia, because you're coming that way. So on Qarn al-Manazil, when the pilot is very near the Qarn, he will make announcement. Those going for Hajj, please do your ihram. If you are landing in Jeddah, if you are landing in Medina, don't worry, Dhul Hulayfa. Go to Medina, visit, and then do Dhul Hulayfa. Good.
And Yalamlam for the people of Yemen.
Yalamlam for the people of Yemen, meaning for the people coming from south of Mecca. Okay?
So these above mentioned are the mawaqit for all those living at those places. And besides them, for those who come through those places with the intention of performing Hajj and Umrah. And whoever lives within these places should assume Ihram from his dwelling place. And similarly, the people of Mecca can assume Ihram for Hajj only from Mecca.
Okay, stop there for a while because need the explanation. Look at, help me with, this is the Kaaba, Mecca. Okay? This is Mecca. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made four miqat. There are four mawaqit. Mawaqit is plural of miqat. Okay? Dhul Hulayfa. Hulayfa. For the people of Medina. They are special. Al-Juhfa. For the people of Sham. Sham, Syria, Jordan, Palestine, Lebanon, etc. For the people of Najd. Qarn al-Manazil. These are terminologies, try to memorize them. And Yalamlam. Yalamlam. For people of Yemen. Okay? If you are coming from Yemen, you go through Yalamlam. If you are coming from Najd, Najd means Riyadh and the east. Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, all the countries that are behind Najd, including Malaysia. Okay? If you're coming from north, you come through Syria. If you come from northwest, you come from Medina. Okay. Here there is sea. There is sea. Mediterranean, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you are coming from the area that is between Medina and here, not beyond Medina, between Sham and here, between Najd and here, between Yalamlam and here, what do you do?
Get out.
No, you just walk. No need to go back and then go. Allah made it easy because you live here, you live close to Mecca, or you live in Mecca. You don't need to go out. You just start your ihram from there, from your home. So if you live between Medina and here 400 kilometers, between Dhul Hulayfa and here 400, you don't have to go. SubhanAllah, just go. No mawaqit. Your miqat is your home. Work. If you work, you are resident. If you study, you are resident. Very good. Let's say you go there for 1 year contract. You don't need to go out to the miqat from there because you are already residing. Okay? Remember that. But if you are not residing, let's say you forgot, you landed in Jeddah. Sorry, you have to look for miqat, the nearest miqat. Because you don't reside in Arabia. You just forgot or you slept when they made the announcement. These things happen, huh? Okay? Alright. Yallah. Continue.
Narrated Abdullah bin Umar radhiyallahu anhuma, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the people of Al-Madinah should assume ihram from Dhul Hulayfa, the people of Sham from Al-Juhfa, and the people of Najd from Qarnul Manazil. And Abdullah added, I was informed that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam had said, the people of Yemen should assume ihram from Yalamlam.
Very good. People of Yemen includes all Africans. Coming from South Africa, not West Africa. Is this clear?
Yes.
Subhanallah, Allah made it easy. Made it easy. Imagine you're coming from South Africa, you go all the way to Medina. No. Unless you are in Medina first. It makes sense. It makes sense and it's very easy. Yes. I saw hand.
So for US is
For US, usually it's this one. Dhul Hulayfa. Because they come
to Medina.
Although Earth looks, okay, now you are, let's say, facing me.
Yeah.
But if we are on a round table,
okay,
the shortest place to you is not to go this way, it's to go north.
Okay.
Now imagine with me Earth, okay? Earth is a ball, right?
Yeah.
That's why airlines fly this way. They fly over the north. Usually it's like okay, I'm coming to Malaysia, right? I should come straight. No, it's too long. When you go over, do you know how Lufthansa flies from Alaska to Germany?
No.
They fly over the North Pole.
Okay.
If it falls, bye-bye.
It doesn't freeze the engine.
The pole bear will find you, not the humans. Takbir. Why? Because it's shorter. So I was thinking, why northeast? For us, the Qibla in America, I was saying, why northeast? Because when you use your logic, because you are in America, it should be just east. No, it should be northeast, shorter. So subhanAllah, there is also what you call astronomy involved and other sciences. So yes, from North America or from Europe, they come through Dhul Hulayfa.
Okay.
That is easy for them.
Okay.
Yeah, if they are flying. If you land in Medina, that's the best.
Yeah.
If you go to Medina first, I always encourage people, go to Medina first. If you go for Umrah or Hajj, take the flight to Medina. Spend a few days there and then go for.
Sheikh, if I remember correctly, when I did the Hajj, because we went slightly earlier to Mecca, and then we did our ihram from Mecca itself, you know, and then we paid dam.
Yeah.
Dam for not
Yes.
doing the
Possible.
Niyat in the Milan.
Yes, but you should have done it. But
There was
since
Tabu Haji.
yes, solution. Catch what call it shortcuts. Tabung Haji is shortcuts.
Is it?
You should. No, they shouldn't do that.
So,
I mean, deliberately, you shouldn't do that.
So this dumb is like you already assume that you're gonna do wrong. Let's just do it.
Yeah, that's not right. The dam should be only when mistakes happen. But when you deliberately do it, it shouldn't be. It's not appropriate. It's like I know. Let me step on it. I shouldn't do that. But it's okay. It's okay. Your Hajj is correct, inshallah. And if any problem is in their neck.
Yes.
That's why the Mufti should be very careful. These people should be very careful. Like I was so mad at them when they said, we just take the bus through Muzdalifah. I will explain later on for the. Oh, we spent part of the night means 1/3. In Arabic, when we say part of the night, you need to know the Arab culture. بعض من الليل means 1/3 minimum. For if the night is 9 hours, 3 hours at least in Muzdalifah. They said, no, we just pass by. You don't even allow them to touch their feet, touch the floor? No, on the bus. So you see, they spoil you. Well, next time Hajj is by gliding, just gliding. Tawaf through helicopter. La ilaha illallah. Because I can afford. I have my helicopter. It's not like that. Allahu Akbar.
They pack the stones for you. So
Yeah,
you
they
don't
even
need to
pack
search.
stones. As if you bend and take the stones, you will have back pain forever. This.
Rasulullah
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
his Hajj, the only Hajj he did.
Only one Hajj.
Before going to Arafah, he actually stopped in Mina, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But for us, because Tabu Haji arranged that way.
Yeah. No.
You
supposed to go straight to Mina. Then Arafah.
No.
Then Muzdalifah.
Spend one night in Mina. The first
Yeah.
night of the 8th,
Yeah.
the night of the 8th and the 9th, he spent in Mina.
But you know what happened when I did my Hajj? Because my husband wanted to do the Rasulullah way. So he prayed so much. Our bus, we're supposed to go to Arafah, right? But the driver, they hired foreigners during Hajj as drivers. He didn't know his way. We actually ended up in Mina.
Alhamdulillah.
And he ran out the diesel. He had to refill in Mina. So I told my husband, yeah, Allah answers his way.
Allah answers, yes. Yes.
Then only we go to Arafah.
Alhamdulillah.
I heard some people, they feel like, staying in hotel and all this isn't like proper Hajj and stuff. So they actually went to lengths of camping and making sure they walk and all this.
No, that's too much. That's too extreme. But we don't say it's wrong, but it's too extreme. If Allah gave you, look, sisters, extreme luxury is not good. And sleeping on the floor is not good either. In between. If you can rent a house, alhamdulillah. Even if it's walking, where is the problem? When we are walking in an airport, let's say you're transiting, and you walk in that airport, no problem. Or you are, mashallah, shopping because there is sale. 2-3 hours walking, no problem. But walking from your hotel to Salat, Allahu Akbar, a big problem. What's wrong with that? However, I'm not saying please don't go to nice hotels. I'm not saying that. If Allah has, no one should forbid what Allah has made lawful. But it's not the most appropriate thing to do. That's all. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts you in Hilton, accept, alhamdulillah. But don't feel like you entered paradise. The feeling of having Hilton or what, I don't know. It's like, wow, no, not necessary. Okay? But to also leave a good gift Allah has given you and go tent, I don't know where, harm yourself and harm others, that's not right. That's not right either. So always be moderate, in between, neither too much nor too little. That's the best. Okay. Now chapter 3, Sister Farah.
Chapter 3, Talbiyah, its characteristics and its time. Narrated Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhuma, the Talbiyah of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam was Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika la labbaik, innal hamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak.
Very good. This is Talbiyah. No one should come up with a new Talbiyah. Talbiyah means what? Talbiyah is to say Labbaika. Labbaika means, oh Allah, I have come to you. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Oh Allah, I'm answering your call. No one should come up with a new Talbiyah. This is what Rasulullah said. Until Yawm al-Qiyamah we will be saying this. Because why I'm saying, why Rasulullah told us Talbiyah and why the Sahaba memorized the Talbiyah and narrated the Talbiyah for us. Because if Adhan has been changed, Adhan, in many parts of the world, they add certain words to the Adhan, which is not right. The Adhan is Allahu Akbar, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah twice, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah twice, Hayya ala salat twice, Hayya ala falah twice, Allahu Akbar twice, La ilaha illallah. No one should change it.
Yes.
No one should add. Only in Fajr, as-salatu khayr min an-nawm, because the Prophet approved it. He was listening and Bilal said, as-salatu khayr min an-nawm. Rasulullah said, I approve. So remember the sunnah is 3 types. Either what he said, what he did, or what he approved.
Yes.
Okay. I cannot come and add anything to the adhan, even if it sounds good. Ashhadu anna Ali waliyullah. I testify that Ali is the wali of Allah. Definitely Ali is one of the wali of Allah. But you don't add it in the adhan. Otherwise, all the Sahaba wali. So 120,000 Sahabi. How long the adhan will be? Ashhadu anna Abu Bakr Siddiq waliyullah. Ashhadu anna Allah. You got it?
Got it. Yes.
Oh, or because something nice. As-salatu khayrun min an-nawm. I am telling you, salat is better than get up, you fools. You know what? Then the adhan will be no more adhan. Same thing, talbiyah. Labbaik Allahumma. Maybe somebody got emotional and he's, you know, he cries, he remembers his sins, he sees the Kaaba, he starts saying something else. No. You see what I mean? Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, inna alhamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika laka. That's it. Very good. Yalla. Sister Diana. Diana. Nadia. No, I have Diana in another class. Linda, Nadia. I'm throwing words.
Chapter 4, order for the people of Al-Madinah to assume the state of Iraq that Zoubir was.
Good.
Narrated Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhuma, never did Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam recite Talbiyah and assume Ihram except at the mosque. That is the mosque of Zulaifa.
When do we start Talbiyah? Actually, at the miqat. On the plane, at the miqat. So the plane becomes your masjid.
Yes.
But if you are on land, if you are in Medina and coming, you cannot start from your hotel until you reach Dhul Hulayfa, which is known today as Abiyar Ali, the wells of Ali. And that's not Ali radiallahu anhu. A lot of people think Abiyar Ali means Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. No. It's Ali, the Sultan of Darfur. There is a Sultan called Sultan Ali. He died 1870 something. He was very rich Sultan. He went for Hajj. So he went to Medina first. You know, sultans used to take hundreds, if not thousands of slaves with them and this. And a lot of money. When he reached Dhul Hulayfa, and they said to him, the ulama, the muftis who were with him, they told him, this is where you make it, and this is where Rasulullah made ihram. He didn't like it at all. The state, the toilets, there were no toilets, they were there. So he said, by Allah, I will not make Hajj until I fix this, lillahi ta'ala. He spent so much gold. He made the masjid and he dug wells. That's why it's called Abiyar Ali, the wells of Ali. He ordered the digging because he saw people suffering. He said, if I am a king and I feel this bad, how about the people who have nothing? So he built a beautiful masjid, may Allah reward him. And you know, in Darfur, 99% of people memorize the Quran by heart, men and women. Darfur, Sudan. The western part of Sudan. This is why there is war. This is why the Crusaders want to kill the Hafiz, kill them by hunger and this and that.
The Americans always show Darfur.
Exactly.
And always show Darfur.
Exactly.
They always say there's a lot of abuse.
Two reasons.
Yeah.
2 reasons. Number 1, because they memorize the Quran. Number 2, they have a lot of uranium. That's why the French, the Americans are there. Everybody is there.
They say human rights issue.
Exactly.
They try to help human rights
America
issue.
Always women, this, it's nonsense. Whenever they say human rights, it means uranium rights. Darfur, very good people. They memorize Quran it's like shame for them that their children grow up without memorizing Quran. So they all put them in Hafiz school. Like you and I put our children in boarding school or what's called those schools. The schools where they went.
Tahfiz.
They put them in Tahfiz. Remember this about. So he was the Sultan of that area. When he came in the 19th century for Hajj, he saw that. So that's why it's called Abiyar Ali. A lot of people think Sayyidina Ali has to do anything with it. No. So he said, no, it cannot be possible. So alhamdulillah, he fixed that, he built the masjid and he went for Rasulullah started his talbiyah from that masjid. It was, for the Prophet, what was the masjid? You put few stones. Yeah, you put few stones, that's a masjid. This man built the masjid. Build it, like Tamantul. You got it? Yes. So who was the last to read, Sister Linda? Continue, Sister Linda.
Chapter 5, to assume Ihram as the right receipt for Hajj or Umrah. Narrated Ubayd ibn Juraj, radiyallahu anhu, I asked Abdullah bin Umar, radiyallahu anhuma, O Abu Abdurrahman, I saw you doing 4 things which I never saw being done by any one of your companions.
I saw you doing 4 things. What does it mean?
Abdullah bin Umar.
No, hold on, Sister Linda. What does it mean? It means they were observing each other. Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu anhuma was too close to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This Ubayd ibn Juraysh is a new Sahabi. He was observing those who were too close to the Prophet, peace be upon him. And he said, I saw you doing 4 things. Can you explain, please? What are they? You understood?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Abdullah bin Umar said, what are those, O Ibn Jurayj? I said, I never saw you touching any corner of the Kaaba except these 2 facing south, Yemen, and I saw you wearing shoes made of tan leather and dyeing your hair with henna, a kind of dye. I also noticed that whenever you were in Makkah, people assume Ihlal. Ihram is also called the Ihlal, which means loud calling, because a muhrim has to recite Talbiyah aloud when assuming the state of Ihram. On seeing the new moon crescent, first of Zulhijjah, well, you did not assume the Ihlal till the 8th of Zulhijjah, day of Tawiyah. Abdullah replied, regarding the corners of Kaaba, I never saw Allah's Messenger ﷺ touching except those facing south, Yemen.
Very good. Meaning, you cannot touch all the corners and all the walls of the Kaaba. He said, I don't do that because I never saw the Prophet ﷺ touching except the wall facing Yemen. The wall where the corner is called Rukn Yamani. He said, I saw you touching it. He said, because I saw the Prophet ﷺ touching it. He was very strict. Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu, is even well known to walk like the Prophet. Remember I told you his story? After the death of the Prophet ﷺ, he lived long because he was young. They saw him bending his back like this, leaning. And those who didn't see the Prophet ﷺ, tabi'in, they asked him, why you do that? There is nothing. He said, during Rasulullah ﷺ time, there was a branch coming out. And I used to see the Prophet ﷺ sidelining himself like this. So I still do it. Subhanallah. This is how much they loved him. This is how much they copy him. They imitate him. Today, we copy, you know who.
One of the Sahabi who walked behind his footsteps and like...
Yes.
What's that story about?
That's Abdullah, again.
Oh.
Abdullah bin Umar. They saw him doing like walking a different walk. They asked him, why you do that? He said, I saw Rasulullah ﷺ walking in this neighborhood like this. So still remembering. So here, that man said, I saw you touching only the corner of Yemen. He said, because I never see Rasulullah ﷺ touching any corner. There are 4 corners, right? He said, except this one. What else? Go ahead, number 2. Linda, continue.
And regarding the 10 leather shoes, no doubt I saw Allah's Messenger ﷺ wearing non-hairy shoes, and he used to perform ablution while wearing the shoes.
Very good. Non-hairy, meaning he removes the hair. He asked whoever makes this to remove the hair, meaning only the leather. So sisters who have fur and I don't know what, you look like look now. All of them, those who have anything, they look down. I don't know how you look, but no, you shouldn't. Leather, no problem, but hair, something. And hair in Malaysia, in the heat of Malaysia. In Siberia, maybe. No, some women, you know, because London, the culture, you buy something nice, no problem, but to buy something Fur. Fur is in cold places. You bring it to Malaysia and you have fur. Yes, may Allah forgive us. Number 3.
So I love to wear similar shoes. And about the dyeing of hair with henna, no doubt I saw Allah's Messenger dyeing his hair with it. And that is why I like to dye my hair with it. Regarding ihlal, I did not see Allah's Messenger.
Hold on. You ladies love Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Okay, dye your hair with henna. Why you dye your hair with I don't know what? And then you burn your hair with that yellow stuff, blue, red. Takbir. No, serious. Here is the love to Rasulullah. You love him? You dye your hair with henna. And fine. It's beautiful, it's natural, and it has no side effect whatsoever. If men used to do that, how about women? Here is one sunnah. Revive it. Good. Number 4.
Regarding ihlal, I did not see Allah's Messenger doing ihlal till he set out for Hajj.
Very good. People start on the 1st of Dhul Hijjah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, shouting. Ihlal or ihram, same word. But you do it only on the 8th. He said because the Prophet ﷺ did it on the 8th. Meaning he's very strict in following the sunnah. Although it's something good to start 8 days before. No. He's very strict. This is why Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu was very close to Rasulullah. The Prophet ﷺ knew that this boy will be somebody, will be something big. So he made him close to him. Very close. You know, Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu is considered one of the 7 faqih of the Sahaba, including his father and Aisha. Umar, Aisha and Abdullah are 3 of the 7 faqih among the Sahaba. Faqih means those who understand quickly and have deep understanding of Islam. That's what it means. Very good. Sis, yes?
What does it mean by you perform ablution while wearing the shoes?
Meaning wipe. Yes. You wipe.
That means when we're in
Ihram, you can wipe on your socks.
And especially the ladies, and our wudu has clarified. So when we take wudu, we can just wipe.
Yes. Look, for men, they cannot have leather socks, right?
Yes.
I mean, during Ihram.
Yes.
But in case you don't have sandals or slippers, you can wear. But they have to be under the ankle, remember?
Yes.
But Rasulullah used to wipe. Now, sisters, you don't have to take off your socks at Dhuhr time. But with the following conditions. Early morning, Fajr, you should have had complete wudu, including washing your feet. And when you put on the socks, you put them while you were still having your wudu. If you lose it later on, no problem. So when Dhuhr comes, you just wipe on your socks. Especially when you travel. Especially when you travel, sisters. You just wipe on your socks.
It has to be from Fajr.
Fajr, you have to wash your feet first. You have wudu, normal. Okay? Wash your feet. After that, let's say you put your socks on. Right?
Yeah,
Dhuhr comes.
Can you do a demo? Like how do you wipe?
Okay. Like this. Let's say I'm wearing socks, okay? So I made wudu. When time for socks for wipe, you wipe this from toe up. Only the top, not the bottom. Although it's the bottom that touch the floor. That shows Islam is not by logic. Islam is by following. Sayyidina Ali said, if Islam was by logic, wiping the bottom should be priority. So what did he do? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He wet his hand and he does like this. Imagine I'm wearing socks, okay? Like this. And then he wet the second hand and does the same thing. Like this. Only one time. Only one time. Then you make your shahada. Only one time. Don't wet your socks. If wet, put them under the... You understand?
Yes.
Don't wet it. Yeah.
It also works if you do it during Zohor and then you, you have your wudu, you take your wudu for Zohor and then you use that for Asar. Does it work there?
For 5 prayers. Look.
So it doesn't have to be Fajr, starting from
No,
Fajr.
no.
Yeah.
Fajr, you have to start by washing your feet. Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib and Isha, you can wipe. If you are not traveling. If you are traveling, 3 days. If you are not traveling, Sheikh Zoubir is staying home. He's staying in Malaysia and I put my socks. Fajr, I washed my feet. Then I put on my socks. Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib and Isha, I don't need to wash my feet. Just wipe on the socks and pray, but pray with the socks. Okay, hold on. But for 3 days, let's say I'm traveling. For 3 days, I can do that. If you are musafir. So, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes quite things easy on you. And take this advantage. Take it. Yes, yes.
I know this is not in this
It's okay.
hadith, but
It's okay.
for the hip.
Here. For ladies, if you are traveling, or if you are traveling or not traveling, like this, look. You just pull a little bit your hair like this, convertible for 1 second, wipe a little bit of hair, then put it back. And then wipe the whole headscarf. Wudu.
Or the hair.
No, not the head, the hair. You must touch the hair. Yeah. You touch the hair, the forehead, okay? And then wipe your, mashallah, khimar. Especially if you are in a place like traveling, airport. And please don't put your feet on the airport. You know, just wipe your feet. Yeah.
So taking wudu in the aeroplane.
Aeroplane, same thing.
Yeah. So let's say you're saying socks, right?
But don't go with your socks to the toilet. Put sandal. Because you don't know what they did there. You understand?
Yeah,
but wipe.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's the thing. Let's say you're wearing boots. Let's say you're traveling, right? So you go to the toilet with your boots. Your socks is inside.
If you don't take off your boots at all, you wipe on the boots, pray with the boots.
That's what I was told.
Yes. This is another thing. Socks is one thing. Leather socks is another thing. And boots is another thing. Let's say not only boots, you are wearing sport shoes above the ankle. And you don't want to take off. You feel comfortable. You can wipe on it, but you have to pray with it. When you pray in your seat, pray with it. No problem. Like workers, construction workers. This fiqh, they need it. They should pray Fajr by washing their feet. Once they put their boots, they don't have to take off. They wipe on it and pray with it. Sheikh, even when it's muddy, mud is not dirt. What is dirt is najis. Anything najis, yes, you have to remove. But mud is not. You can pray with mud. You are already mud. Takbir.
So just like when you want to take wudu somewhere that is very hard place to take wudu and you have water with you, for example mineral water, and it's enough for you to just do the rukun, right? So there's one time face.
One time face.
One time
hand up to here. One time to the left. Wipe the hair and wipe the foot. That's it. That is more than enough. If you are in a situation where you may draw attention to, or be harmed or something. But if I can draw positive attention, let me do my wudu. Let people see this show, interesting show. Yeah. People are watching cooking show, let's wudu show. And salat show. Dawah. I did it in America and people were shocked. And they were like, and they were complimenting me. Serious. But if it's dangerous, better not. Especially for a woman by herself. Yeah. Especially that you're going to show your hand. No. Okay, my sisters?
Yeah.
Good. Yes, Mimi? Yeah. Go ahead, sister.
Sorry.
Last hadith for today before we go to Sirah. Yes.
Just to double clarify, the start of this thing for kuf or socks wiping has to be from Fajr, so you can't be like
Fajr. It has to be Fajr. Fajr, yes. The first prayer of the day is Fajr. Okay, very good.
Yeah, but what if you do it, say, in Fajar you don't do it, but after Zohor, or what if you don't before Zohor? Because in the socks, can you continue second Isha?
Okay. Again, Fajr, why you don't do it Fajr? You didn't think about it.
So it starts with Zohor.
Which is the same question of Sister Salma. Can, but better to start with Fajr. Let's say you did now you want to do it. It's okay. It's okay. But better please do it with Fajr. Pray Salat al-Fajr, put on your socks, even if you lose, because so many hours until dark, you may need to go to the toilet, it's okay. You can go and then wipe on, revive these sunnahs. People, I told you at least once in your lifetime you should pray with your shoes. With your shoes. Pray with your shoes one day. Where? In the backyard of your home. But pray with your shoes. If you have home shoes, pray with them one time at least. The Prophet did it. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Last hadith before we go to Sirah. Sister Hafiza. Haslina? Hafiza. Just sabar with me today.
To apply perfume just before assuming the state of ihram. Narrated Aisha radiallahu anha, the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I used to apply scent to Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he wanted to assume ihram, and also on finishing ihram before the tawaf round the Kaabah. Tawaf al-ifada.
It's very good. كنت أطيب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لإحرامه حين يحرم. Aisha radiallahu anha said, I used to perfume the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I used to put a lot of perfume for him before he goes for ihram. Meaning, that's which is the question of Sister Jeannie. Before ihram, you can do a lot even. But be careful, you ladies. For you, no. Careful, you go there and man starts raining you. Haram. It defeats the purpose. وَلِحِلِّهِ, and even after his ihlal, ihram, the opposite of ihlal, meaning when he finishes his hajj. When he finishes his hajj, I used to put a lot of perfume, especially before tawaf al-ifada. You know tawaf al-ifada, the moment you go to hajj, you do the following, your hajj is over. You do tawaf al-umrah, tawaf of coming, qudum. Then you do your sa'i, Safa and Marwa, right? Then you go to Mina. Then you stand on Arafah. Then you do Muzdalifah. Then you stone and slaughter. That's it. Your hajj is done. Now tawaf, the second tawaf, tawaf al-ifada, you can put perfume. Because you are halal now. Even to your husband. You're halal. Khalas. So she said, I used to do that before he goes to the Hajj and Umrah, and after. Oh, I see. So Tawaf al-Ifada, if you have done this, if you have slaughtered and stoned and shaved, 3. For ladies, you take off a little bit. But someone slaughtered on your behalf, khalas, and you stoned. You did 3. You don't need to do Tawaf al-Ifada. You can put some perfume before Tawaf al-Ifada. So she used to say, I used to do that for him. What does that mean also from a human perspective? If you look at the hadith from the true love between husband and wife. Some men are very strict in Hajj. I don't want to be near me. Ada wudu. What is that? And she loved to serve him. Aisha radiallahu anha is the most misunderstood woman on earth. Because of her age. When she got married to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she was very young, right? Yes. But psychopath society like the West, these people who think about only na'udhu billah, sexual relations between men and women, have no clue. They never understood that Aisha radiallahu anha was number one muhadditha. They never looked at her qualities. They looked only at her age. Do you understand? Actually, you should be very proud of a very young person who achieved a lot.
Yes.
Aren't you impressed by a young student, he or she, who already finished, accomplished what others accomplished in their 40s and 50s? That's the problem of the West. They lost touch with humanity. But because we lost touch, that's it. Wallahi, we lost touch with Islam. Look, sisters, most of us are very good Muslims when it comes to ibadat. But in thinking, sorry, we are still very westernized. We still think like the West. No, sisters, please do not judge people. Honestly, like you don't want people to judge you because they don't know what you go through. Tomorrow you hear something. You hear sister did something in her life. Don't judge her. You don't know what she went through. Serious. You don't know. You may know little, but you don't know the details. That's my issue with you. Because what goes around comes around. Careful. You may think something, then it happens to you. May Allah bless you. Think, sisters, think. Think Islamically from Quran and Sunnah. One more thing I want you to really clear out of your mind. There is no teenage. I don't consider my children teenagers at all. The moment they hit puberty, they are men and women. Treat them like that, then they become responsible. When you treat them as teenagers, you always justify their mistakes. There is no teenage except in the West. We have Radi', a breastfeeding baby. We have Tifl. We have Ghulam. We have Fata. Then we have Rajul or Ibrahim. Ibrahim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about him. سَمِعْنَا فَتًا يَذْكُرُهُمْ يُقَالُ لَهُ إِبْرَاهِيم. We heard a young man mentioning our idols. His name is Ibrahim. How old was Ibrahim? 16. They did say, we heard a teenager. Because teenager can be exempted from punishment. Why they try to burn him alive? Because they consider him a dog. So primitive, or what we call primitive societies were better than us. Do you understand? Please stop thinking at your kids as small kids. They are not. The moment you do that, you yourself don't treat them right. You always justify their mistakes. You always justify them.
It's like an age gap where things, the wrong things will happen. So you allow that.
No, mistakes can happen. But he will not assume his responsibility. He will not. Remember the short writing, the excellent thread I sent to you between the plant, the insurance agent and the teacher. The teacher was just giving enough water for those plants to survive. Did you read it?
Yes.
Good. Do that with your kids. When a storm comes, it will not remove them. But provide. Keep providing. Even when you can. You spoil them. You really spoil them. And then that's it. When a big shock comes in their life, they can't live because you never gave them survival skills. Doesn't mean you don't have to be nice to your kids. I'm not saying go now start slapping them right and left. I'm just saying sometimes say no. Just like that. Can I go with my friends? No. Because you every day say yes. They have to understand no. Simple as this. May Allah bless you all. Ya Allah, grant us rahman maghfirah. Ya Allah, benefit us with the lectures about the Hajj hadith and make our sisters and brothers who are living for Hajj safe and sound, except from them, Ya Rabbil Alamin. After 5 minutes.